In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can set up your drum sample software such as EZdrummer so it shows up in your DAW and your kick drum, snare drum, toms, and all of that are on their own channel in your mixer so you can adjust each parameter individually. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. What I'm about to show you is something that has changed my workflow dramatically. And it's something that I found surprisingly hard to figure out and find information on how to do it. So I figured I would share what I've learned to you, and hopefully this helps you out as much as it's helped me. All right, so quick background on why I'm working like this now. Before, when I was songwriting, I use EZdrummer 3 and I would write out all the drum lines, and then when I got time to really mix it down, I would then export the kick drum by itself, snare drum by itself, toms, and things like that. I would then bring them back in as waves, and then from there I would manipulate, EQ, compress, whatever it is, the sounds individually. So it was almost like working with a real drum kit once I wrote everything. Now I still do this in certain situations, but for the most part when I'm songwriting, I switched to this new style that helps me a ton. And what it is now, instead of having to export, so I have my kick drum, snare drum, toms, overheads all on their own channel, I can actually set up EZdrummer 3 so it does that automatically. I will show you exactly what I'm talking about in 2 seconds when we hop to the computer, but before we do that, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, helps the channel grow a ton. Also in the description below, there are links to the things I use in my studio. Anything purchased through those links helps the channel grow a ton. All right, now let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so now we're over at the computer, and just to reiterate why what I'm about to show you is so awesome, is usually when you're working with something like EZdrummer 3, you're making your drum tracks and they all live on one channel. The whole line you've written for the drums is on that one channel. So when you add an EQ or compression, it adds it to the whole drum kit, not just one actual drum. So it's not like you're mixing a multi-track drum kit. But with what I'm about to show you, it is. So you'll be able to apply EQ or compression to just the kick drum, just the snare, just the toms, and adjust those parameters the way that you want to for that drum. Okay, so as you can see here, I have EZdrummer 3 pulled up, and once again, I'm using EZdrummer 3 and Cubase 12. So what I have here is a drum set loaded up that I usually work within. So just 2 toms, kick, snare, 2 crashes, hats, and a ride. So this is pretty easy to do. And what it's gonna do is when each drum has its own channel, they're all gonna be in stereo. So that's something to keep in mind. There is a way that you can do it in mono. I'll show you how to do it at the very end. But for this, I'm just gonna kind of show you how to get going with each drum being stereo. All right, so first things first, get the kit you want, then up here, go to Mixer, and you'll see down here, out 1 and 2, and you can click on that, and you can change this to whatever you want. So I'm gonna assign different outputs to each drum itself. So I'm gonna do this, and I'll explain why I'm doing it the way I am. So I'm not gonna have anything be on out 1 and 2. I'm gonna start with 3 and 4. So I want the kick drum to be on 3 and 4. And you can then adjust these individually as you want, basically. So, but this will all be on one channel within Cubase. Okay, then snare, as you can see here, I usually have this off, but I'm gonna assign this to 5, 6. Hats will go 7, 8. Rack tom 1 I'm not using, rack tom 2 I am, so 9, 10. 11, 12. Slide this over. Ride will go 13, 14. Overheads will go 15, 16. We'll also do a mono overhead. I'll actually have it on 15, 16 as well. Room mic, 17, 18, and do the same thing here. And of course I can come in here and adjust and blend these how I want. But I'll just kind of leave it here for now. The rest of these, out 1 and 2, that is fine. Most of these, sometimes I'll come in here and just bring these down just because I want to. But okay, now that we got that set up, so output 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da. Okay, now these are all assigned the way I want, and you can do this any way you want. If you want to have the toms on the same channel, you can just go up here and change this to 9, 10. Now these will be on the same channel, and you can pan as you want here. So what I like to do is just send these right down the middle, and then pan in my mix control, my mix console in Cubase. Okay, so now this is set up. So now the way to get this to show up is I'll close this out, and you can see down here, all you see is just drum kit. You see just the one thing, right? What you want to do, I come up here, I open up this side window, your VST instruments, I've got EZdrummer 3 right here, as you can see. I click on this, activate outputs. Okay, now these, you can see, are corresponding. So I'm going to start adding these, and you can see them start adding up, popping up in that mix console. So I'm going to add up to 1718. Is that what I went to? Let's do a quick double check. Ambient 1718. Okay, so 1718 is as far as I want to go, which that is where I'm sitting. So now you can now see these are all down here. Well, I know that this is the kick. This is the snare. This is hats. Tom 1. Tom 2. This is my ride. This is my overheads. This is my room. And there we go. Okay, now those are built there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in here. I'm just going to make a real quick drum beat. Nothing fancy. Let's just boom, 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 boom. Let's throw some hi-hats in here. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Well, these are all over the place. Do that. Let's just throw some toms in here. Okay, just dumb, but you'll get the point. You can actually close this out at the time. So what I'm going to do is open up Mix Console again. So now you'll see, I'll put this on loop. These are all going to have their own channel, and you can pan your toms the way you want, your hi-hat, which I know in here I didn't center up, which I can do right now. And then I'll be able to make my panning adjustments in here. And then you can solo these. And then so, for example, this is kind of quiet, I can come in here and make adjustments in here. Turn it up there, and now I can do that. I didn't put a ride in there, but you understand this is how it works. You can solo things out. So now you have everything broken out how you want to break it out. Now the reason I like to start on 3/4 is because I like this to just kind of be a dummy filler. This is basically where I'm using to write the drum line. Doesn't do anything. Nothing at all. So that's what I like to do there. So anyway, this is how you lay this out. Now, for the really cool part, let me switch over to the more expanded mix console so you can see what is happening or what you can do when it comes to adjusting these actual drums. Okay, so now I'm in my expanded mix console. So now this is where I just absolutely love this. You can hop in here and you can add your inserts. So for example, I love to have the SSL channel strip 2 on here. So I can just grab this and bring it over to all of these, and then it really kind of is like I'm working on a console of my UC1, and I can come in here, solo out my kick drum, dial it in however I want, you know, and just make whatever adjustments I'm looking to make on it. And you can do that across the board. You know, you can do that if you want to, you know, add some saturation or whatever the heck it is. You can just come in here and do anything you want that you're wanting to do to the drum. So that is like the sweet spot and the cool thing about it. So now it's as if I am working with a multi-track drum line. But the best part is you can then come down here and, oh, I don't like the way the oh my gosh, the kick drum is. You know, you can come in here and you can modify as much as you want, and it doesn't change anything. So before, when I'd export the waves, there's times I'd have to go back through and make adjustments in the MIDI file and then export the waves. And if there's a kick drum, for example, or a snare drum, then you're not just having to export that, you're having to maybe export the overheads and the room. So, and then again, you can come in here and have this mix console set up just like this. It is an absolute game changer for me. And the best part too is you can come up here and you can send it to a bus, like a drum bus if you like. So you still have that option up here. So you're not just living with each individual channel by itself. You can then send it to a drum bus or something like that. You can send your sends. You got your, DAW EQ right here in Cubase. So it's just super powerful in that way. And I'll never go back. I mean, maybe for some projects, I'll export everything individually as waves, run it through my analog gear. But right now, being able to work like this, as flexible as this is, I am pretty dang happy with it. So let me show you one last thing real quick. If you're wanting to live in that mono world, you can do that by going to Settings, Advanced, and then you can click this right here. Use 32 mono inputs. After that, it's very similar to how you set it up. Then all you'll have to do is, then your overheads are going to be left and right. It's going to be 2 separate channels, so you're going to have more channels to manage there. But that is how you do it. That is under Settings, and this is for EZdrummer 3. Settings, Advanced, and right here use 32 mono outputs. But I just been working in stereo. It's been working fantastic for me. I've done a lot of tracks working this way. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions about it. Again, I've only done this in Cubase 12 with EZdrummer 3. So if you have any questions on that, I can probably help you with it. I searched high and low how to do this for about 6 months, and I finally put it all together with watching certain videos and reading certain things, and now it has just changed everything for me. So again, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you found this video helpful. Comment below if you have any questions. Until next time, see you later.